realize we were going so close to action.
We got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
Stay vigilant. Report any suspicious activity to your... The plan can wait. Our lines will not. Good subject, arrive. Thank you for picking up your personal belongings. We must all work...
The station must have really been something before the war made its home here. If things escalate, might never be something again.
Looks like folks holed up here after the fighting started. Guess not everybody was eager to take sides. Lest you're bent on exploring, best we hoof it over to Matriarch's Mercy and meet with that Abbot for solving.
Stranger, the Order bids you welcome. In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Well, I'm gonna be sick.
The presiding bishop sent you. Then I'd advise making for it post-haste. You'll find safety there. The rest of this area, less so. I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end. May all your endeavors elicit expected results.
Think they'll notice if we refute?
Another refute. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic. Welcome to Matriarch. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seat, not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
I remember this place before.
Reminds me of Tau Ceti right after the merger. I had to wait for my number to be called just to get rations and a comp. Hope these folk don't have to wait as long.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability? Sensible. Straight to business, then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge? Victor? Oh, yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One could almost mistake him for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse, and that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the N-Ray Range. beyond the invaders' front line. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution.
What business is it of yours?
Let's not be unfriendly. The agent's only curious. Obviously, Victor's work has something to do with N-rays, but beyond that, I haven't a clue. More of that. Besides the highly caustic Zyranium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay. Victor is dedicated. Single-minded, one could say. I've always thought highly of his analytical skills as a researcher. Less so his... Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be... No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Auntie's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zyranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate? Earth Directorate Agent is just a title. I'd seek to know who you are beyond that bit of headline. Gambling is for those who lack an understanding of basic probability theory. I don't make wagers. I make predictions. Accurate.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend. But the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the... One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence. But if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace. I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the Manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings.
Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zyranium Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the Abbot? But we don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir. This is Factor Maytublian. Am I to understand you have orders from the Abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Very well. Come inside and we'll see this sorted. Building on the left.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until... So, the Abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Wait, is that an Auntie's Choice enhanced soldier with you? Oh, I see what this is. Stay back.
We want answers, not a fight. And if indeed there's any retribution to be had, it won't be by my hand. Tell him, Commander.
Surely. Far be it from me to question the irreproachable prudence of an enigmatic caller. Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the Abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route. But fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. The recent attack may have originated from this facility, but I assure you it was not at our hand. We have no desire to resume open war. One of our transport pods, filled with Zyranium, was diverted toward, or more specifically at, their location. We have a working hypothesis about who is responsible. Initial evidence looks rather conclusive, and we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the Manufactory operations. This facility has been an archetypical example of constancy and regularity. Ergo, the last place anyone would predict anything on our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch control. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicions. An understandable perspective. I fear I must concur.
Evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zyranium. Blue outpost opportunity to naught but tinges and...
Initiate Alpha, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately. Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible.
Ought to keep moving,
for
Commander.
this. You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast? I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something? I demand your unconditional surrender at... Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
Emergency detoxification initiated. What's her name took over?
Ah, yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the Abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. A low-level subordinate, assigned here years ago. But I'm now realizing how little we actually... A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alpha seized command of the system and locked herself in the... She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Whatever for. We've already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the... I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a...
Things have been a mite haywire.
Ought to keep moving, Commander. Ought to keep moving, Commander. Ought to keep moving, Commander.
Now, would you describe the arachnid closely as slavering when it attacks?
Of course, she's hiding something. Alva's been here for how many years?
We don't wrap this up
I
soon.
never noticed her. I just blended in with the series. Somehow.
Oh, hello. And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. And who is that you brought with you? A friend. Ah, an Auntie's Choice grafted soldier. You poor dear. And someone else. Another Earth Directorate agent, I see. Seems sad.
Is she talking about me?
All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. This entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding. Oh, believe you me, I'd like to know that more than anyone. I am thoroughly unaware how anyone would think me capable of all this. Yes, that was terrible. I feel awful. Though technically speaking, they did kill each other. I didn't mean that to happen. They came at me, weapons drawn. My own training just took over. You see, years ago, I attended an introductory course at the Physical Education Center. Dear me, I wish I did, but... Actually, there may be a way you could gain... Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you, and I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. If you need to hear me say it, surely. I promise not to destroy this facility with all of us in it. Was that... Appreciate your help, dear. Please may the plan favor us against long odds.
Glad those not skilled at math can fulfill some other function. I only question...
Investigator?
Patrol's back, I hear. Don't see enemies being too discreet.
Our Earth Directorate. Hello. I've been conversing with Factor Matadier here while you were away. Understand you've met?
Yes, they witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's Choice reprisal clouded my thoughts at the time. Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here. And I have deemed it wise to investigate. Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. The Proctor's accusation is no different. You suspect me somehow? One must keep one's eyes wide open in such times, I suppose. Now,
You've examined the launch records, yes? What did you find? I'd say they've obviously been altered, dear. Fancy that odor you detected, a sign of chemicals used to affect the falsification. Ah, but listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? I know I've watched too many Aetherwave serials. Suppose they fuel my fervent imagination. But still, even the most junior scientician knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, I set the correct coordinates. Someone overrode them. Someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. That's what investigators like you say, isn't it? Now, what you uncovered appears to imply two further avenues. A Zyranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion, allowing the culprit time to falsify. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. Don't you think?
I can speak to the coordinate override, I believe. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to do it.
I expect the Zyranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistics. I'd look for any signs of tampering that may point to the culprit. Part of me would like to tease you right now and say, you're not very good at cards, are you, dear? But if you're still on the fence about me, I shouldn't want to tip you over. All right. There. I've unsealed both areas. With hope, what you discover will help us determine the responsible party.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends anyone, I'll say I'm close to convincing you to surrender.
May all your theories prove true.
All your
There's plenty of managers like Svoboda back on Tau Ceti. Couldn't take responsibility for nothing.
I'm back. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the head. Be all in the head. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Thank you kindly. I am decidedly in your debt. Anything you need? Anything I, a lowly archivist, can provide you, a heroic individual? Of course. I am now able to breathe easy and respond free. Strange question, but yes. All commands pass through the hub here. Through that wiring underneath that open floor panel in the back of the room, actually. Well, in my professional opinion, looks like someone rerouted some commands from operations. Based on the sloppy state it was left in, I'd say they either barely knew what they were doing or were in a rush, or both. I was in my cot doing advanced equations. After the explosion occurred, I rushed here to check my term. The door was creaky to open. I should have known it would lodge in place when it closed, but I was distracted by the disheveled state of the room and rushed in. Works in operations, right? Always on about her stories. Wish I had time to watch serials and read all day. Well, that's about everything I know about everything. Careful on your way out. Try not to be liquefied and subsequently devoured.
Please, don't distract me from my more pressing distractions.
May the plan guide you.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results.
Something about that Albert doesn't square. And she called me sad. I'm not sad. Just for the record.
Yes. I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zyranium overflow venting has gone completely. Oh, what else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? Well, as a fellow student of science, you'll be especially interested. We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours. Tremendous. Why, this day may average toward the positive yet. May deliberate endeavors beget expected results. You're back. I see my Zyranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have lessened along with it. With the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be peppered with queries. Now that you mention it, yes, I recall I was worried about one crisis, and my mind was completely occupied by this other crisis nearby. I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single thought since. I do hope everyone's okay. Not much. Keeps to herself mostly, or that is entirely. Like all of us, she resided in the barracks 15 degrees to the northeast from here. You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware, I am greatly. This card will allow you into our humble little research lab. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is in.
Always account for standard deviation. circumstances proceed toward intended results.
Hello, dear. Why, we were just talking about you.
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is. Always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. And yes, why would I reroute coordinate commands away from... I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party. So I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate.
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you, dears, to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Yes, I concur. That may be the only part of this that seems certain. You are far more capable than some back Manufactory button pusher. Who are you?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint. I must admit, I'm not entirely... The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared, if there are any hints of truth to that. I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid. Perhaps you shouldn't. My earlier endeavors were often disconcerting. But the truth remains. Whatever is happening here, I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that,
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all... I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda.
It's sweet that you think you can stop me, but I'll elucidate this for you. At this point, you'll either need to trust me or back that worm Svoboda. That ridiculous little functionary upended my existence. For 20 years, I was Alva. It wasn't a good life I had here, but it was quiet. It was mine.
This would mean standing against a member of the Order. A mid-ranking one, at that. I cannot be party to this, but neither shall I stand in your way.
A wise calculation. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Svoboda has much to answer for.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation. I appreciate your practicality. Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. What a nice and thoughtful thing to say, dear. Best search her office. Someone clearly was.
It would have been nice to perform that search before there was a corpse in the room, but beggars and choosers.
The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors. The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. This whole affair reminded me of the old days. The blood, the secrecy, the calculations and intrigue. Been trying to tell myself I didn't miss it. But in action, I fear, I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts. I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? I have an old contact on Cloister I need to look up. Part of a small matter there. Some research the Order considered heretical. Worth restarting, I think. Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Sure, I could use a few ticks off my feet. Leg has been aching a bit. But hey, you need me, you know where to find me. And don't let that one stray outside your peripherals, if you take my meaning.
Excellent. Well then, I am quite ready to leave this.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. Well, regardless, I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts.
If you need a hand. Fortificator at ready status. This place used to be a thriving hub of experimental science. I'm afraid to see the state it's in now. I'm accustomed to this sort of sight when I leave a facility, not when I enter one.
We can hear those wriggly little grub fingers of yours. Bring them close so we can...
0.36 cubed divided by the standard rate of fluid flow, and then you multiply by... is it 30 or... Oh! Hello!
Yes, based on your presumed body weight, I'd say multiplying by 30 is correct.
I was unaware that Victor, that is, Archivist Clemens, requested aid. Did he? I hope you're here to help regardless. Architect's mercy, thank you. It is so much easier to be polite when I... Oh, dear Archivist Clemens has been so strange lately. So distant, so agitated. He's deeper in the facility, working on something he deemed to be of the utmost importance. With all those cultists gallivanting about, I don't fancy his odd. 3 days ago, the range was inundated with fiends. Cultists, I believe. I am unaware if they're immensely foolhardy or simply mad. I've seen few firsthand, but that isn't because they've gone. Rather, you can attempt such, but if my current state is any indication, the cultists are unlikely to be sporting with you. There's no such thing as invisibility. I can only theorize that their visual forms were sent out of phase when they haphazardly tampered with... It's a shame the facility is in shambles. We have an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier for one to locate. The scanner is an optical device designed to detect electrical signals, and the N-ray is given off by all it was stored nearby. But with the damage to the facility, you'll likely need to use the maintenance vent on the wall there behind the screen to get anywhere near. I appreciate...
Hey, that must be the scanner there.
The rift is my gift. My piety is the key.
Rough customers of the...
All charged!
I appreciate your help. Dying makes it so difficult to see the results of your thesis. You can use it to see the wires connecting this door to the nearest... Oh, I appreciate your aid.
Make a way.
You've opened the way forward. Very good work.
you. Sight unseen. Someone call for a medic.
You leave at once. You cannot remain here. Complication after complication befalls this facility, and death stalks its halls. It was all well and good to end those cultists' suffering, but that was but the bare. I have nothing to say. You're here to stop me. But if I don't expect people like you or Augustine to understand. My work is humane and must be finished. You must remove yourself from the range. I don't want your blood on my hands, but I will spill it if you force me. No, don't you understand? If my work is forestalled in any way, so many more will suffer. And I am already much too far behind. I have been forced to enact measures for self-defense in the wake of these cultists. They will serve just as effectively against you. I beg you, leave immediately.
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Your moral justifications for delaying your delivery are misguided. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives in time. But if we fail to act, the order will be lost forever. Collateral damage was always inevitable, Victor. You knew this. And the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, you know what must be done. But I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties involved. We need those explosives now, Victor. Let's finish this.
Got my lamps on a hustle.
Liquidate them! We killed them all!
true trends. Look at the sad little sprat in his corrugated.
Come back and observe.
Why don't you unlock the door and come out?
Friend of friends, are a greater ally. I hardly believe my eyes. I didn't think I would be leaving this room with all of my innards within. Damn that Victor and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife, that he would be untouched by the ensuing pandemonium. Pardon my excitement. It's been, I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-rays. When those cultists flooded the range, they damaged the N-rake. In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range. Because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't take an assistant or allow anyone to see his data, and now it's all consigned to oblivion. What a waste. There's no such thing as invisibility. The cultists are out of phase. Also, most of the cultists died immediately upon exposure, and according to past experiments, those that haven't, but if you're not attached to the solid state of your organs, I suppose it might be. Although it requires further investigation and experimentation, out of phase refers to a shift in the dimensional presence of these cultists. They are physically here, but only partially, hence their unseen state. It's fascinating. But the fool, believe me, this is more excitement.
Let's see. We got senseless carnage, invisible cultists, and a trigger-happy, anxiety-ridden scientist. What next? Rampaging cysty pigs? Ain't nothing that surprises me anymore.
To approach my holdout, I once again ask you to stop. The path ahead is filled with unseen traps. Whether cultist or wayward scientist, you will be killed. I cannot afford your interruption. Once more, please cease. say only death lies ahead? Observe. Being precise. Time for that is over. Please.
Yeah.
My entreaties were never going to pierce your stubborn will. Not when we spoke before, not when you reached my traps. I should have guessed. There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die. I was warned that you would attempt to. You would use subterfuge to sway me. I cannot allow this. I cannot allow our efforts to be in vain. If de Vries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will die, pointlessly, and in agony. I can at least deliver them an instant, painless death. I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, the order shall find its way to... Want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific instructions on how to proceed in the face of contingencies such as yourself. And you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character. You read my terminal. I cannot. No. I deny what you're saying. Whatever my personal feelings, the Order's success is more important. You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain, the words would be lost on you.
I beg to differ. I'd likely understand any analytical or theoretical justification you claim to have better than you do, scientician.
I heard tell of an Order operative recently being spotted in the field. A legendary figure who'd been absent for years. One who'd be eminently capable of understanding the difficult decisions that must be made for humankind's ascension. That's you, isn't it?
You are correct, Victor. I am the endpoint, and I am well equipped to understand your reasoning, should it be sound.
Very well. I can spare words with you. explain my perspective, it won't prevent me from doing what I must. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated suffering will end. If what you say is true, then you have my tentative thanks. However, scientific certainty would absolutely have prevented that from happening. We would have predicted it. De Vries opened my eyes. The Order is on the path to absolute truth. And if they are not interrupted, this truth can be pursued. The one right path for humanity revealed to us. Politics cannot bind us. Uncertainty cannot strangle. And no one can be allowed to waltz in and hurl our plans into disarray. What? How do you not understand the present situation? What coward would strap an explosive device to himself? That's not all this. Helping De Vries, completing the work on my explosives is important. It matters. De Vries agrees. Augustine couldn't have done such a thing. She was on a secret mission at the time. I don't wish to believe you, but what you're saying has the ring of truth to it. I've been a fool going along with this farce. But it stops now. My relationship with Augustine is at an end. I found a way to, via the use of processed N-rays, send objects out of phase. It was inconsistent, but I was close to isolating the procedure. De Vries needed explosives for her plan. By making them unseen, the explosives could be placed as efficiently as possible. No one would be maimed or injured, just killed. Saying that out loud now, it sounds unreal. But I appreciate your consideration. Things could have been very different had your cooler head not prevailed. Here, it is the key to my quarters. Take whatever you find. That will ensure that I cannot use any of it to further De Vries' aims, even if I wanted to. You've certainly convinced me I cannot remain here. May we meet again, when the paths of our lives are at greater apexes.
My fellow Loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the Monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the Monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
The Order didn't foresee this hostile takeover, huh? Suppose we ought to head to the monastery and send this wily idiot packing.
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion center. Get the insurance.
Friends, neighbors, while you shelter in Matriarch's
Grand Architect! How in the void were you able to call the lift? No, never mind. Best not to question a solved problem. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My seer, Seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. Peace talks. Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening. Representatives of Auntie's Choice and the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. I have full confidence in your skills. You are an Earth Directorate agent, after all. For myself, I regret to say I'm a peacetime abbot. I was never meant to navigate a war. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan...
Looks like the traitors are holed up in the monastery. The Oracle. So much for piety.
100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than occupied weight. Probably.
Look! Watch out for Wiley.
We'd love
He's
to help,
accounted for everything.
but not as much as we prefer to leave.
No, you're
Can
coming.
guide you.
Boy, hey! Body's not even cold yet. Roger always said he wanted his body donated to the Order if it'd help advance the plan. But I'm sure this wasn't what he had in mind.
Think when we kick his head in, it'll be simple enough for him to understand?
But the wise among us know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time is concluded. Now is the time for execution. Those outside the Order, and some simpletons within it, claim that all things happen for a reason.
Trouble ahead.
Dissonance.
Torpificator at ready status.
Normal threshold.
Back and scan.
Ref's raring to go.
Time to earn my commission. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Someone call for a medic. Out of sight and on the way. Let's get you here.
Found another one. Damn it. I knew there was a possibility of fighting, but I didn't think.
Adversary vulnerable. Thank you, dear.
This looks a lot like those N-ray junction boxes. Still got the scanner on you?
Grand Architect's perspiring brow. If you try to cite the fourth...
Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative.
Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist. I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then.
Anchorites. Be warned. Any conversation with these two may prove pedantic.
You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter 47 is a real treat. When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer, but do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way.
Our lives are predestined, ipso facto. If there is conflict, then it was inevitable.
Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief.
But what if widespread suffering is already taking place?
Then its causes should be observed, quantified, and a non-violent solution found. You do not extinguish a fire with more...
Tell that to the Protectorate.
We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate.
I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important.
And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be able to look. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing. I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to.
Good for him. About time someone put theory into application.
What my colleague means is Landon Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. Whatever actions he's taken must be in service of the plan. I do hope no one's been hurt, though.
Augustine? Sure. She's got a mind for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting questions than we normally get.
I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask?
Augustine was obsessed with the rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to... We explained that the rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently, all effort...
Apologies, but gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions, so I would thank you to exclude us from any remote drop. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research.
Like to press on, Commander. Clock's ticking.
So, Abbot Newell sent you to my manufactory to lower tensions with Auntie's choice, I take it. Have you tried talking with them directly? Well, sometimes that level of directness is required. The Order has been made out to be in the wrong here. It would be a shame for hostilities to reignite before... May the plan fail.
Gotta keep moving, Commander.
Liquidate him! Navigating.
Look, I know this ain't gonna get to the Abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice.
It's the unknown variable!
Age, enough self-respect that I shouldn't be taking up another body's libation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice. But that don't mean it's good. I just ask you folks to remember that there's more of importance out here than just your numbers.
Keep the warnings clear. Eliminate the...
Think we found the Abbot's quarters.
Did the Abbot take a vow of resplendency?
When a student fails. Why, their instructor, of course. Bishop Vassar has failed this order as its preeminent luminary. And without our intervention... The stalwart agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
Well, this is a twisted way to try and stall us. But we can't just leave them. Good. Then let's get to freeing them.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is, then.
Raise high probability. Wiley dropped it here.
Well, that's one place to put a safe. Reckon it's part of Wiley's puzzle somehow.
I have a growing suspicion the Seer's been overindulging in Aetherwave cereals. Standing by to stupefy.
Back in business. I can scan. I would not refuse medical support. Investigating hostile intentions.
Enemy located.
Medic, please.
Looks like a fight.
Lost my supposition. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Way to get the ball rolling.
They've just got us running around like a bunch of assholes now.
See? Didn't I tell you our friend would be back?
Hurry! Disable the court press machine!
Glad we saved those folk. But now we need to deal with the bastard behind all of this. Let's move.
Yeah. Yeah. No use deliberating over unobservable quantum outcomes, as they say. You believe that?
No. How did you respond?
I said, unobservable quantum outcomes. Abbot Newell, I just need to know if you prefer your team
potentially
without
aberrant event. A wonder we made any progress on the plan under that old pontificator. Thank the architect, Seer Wiley's in charge now.
May all solutions precede problems. The charismatic mathematician was not so similar to us. He donned 1.3 passports at a time.
Combat probable.
Yes?
Delicately eradicate algae.
Verify.
Let me handle
It's ready if you need a house call.
Check your scope. Back an analysis. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Someone call for a medic. To the rescue. Sight unseen. Taking heal.
Back and scan. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
All charged up.
vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant scan.
Your level's untenable. Vulnerabilities identified.
Brass raring to go.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Analyzed. Lay down fire.
Armed and ready.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
On the way. Happy to help. Discreetly. Let's get you healed. I'll be damned. Look at this place. You reckon they have a rendering of Tau Ceti hereabouts?
I cannot believe Clemens fell for whatever half-baked argument you managed to cobble together. That imbecile. And Svoboda. I thought her more capable. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station's security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. She has everything. I trust you're not implying something untoward between us. The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. De Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment.
All I hear is empty bluster from an amateur schemer whose only success so far is failing loudly at a sloppy plan. This slapdash takeover of yours is graceless and rushed and reeks of ineptitude and desperation. In my day, we did these things with considerable more efficiency and panache.
And who are you, exactly?
Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor, Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
The endpoint? No. The improbability of you interrupting my plans at this singular moment beggars belief.
Our aims are so similar, I'd almost consider joining you. Had you not proven yourself such bumbling fools, dragging me into your mess. Consider how much uncertainty has been introduced into your equations. Can you have any confidence in your predictions at this point?
What in the architect's computational summary are you on about? This proves nothing, except your willingness to trespass into other people's correspondence, and Joseph's inability to express himself clearly in the written form. I can't conceive of a reason why my survival should matter to you.
Only the vainly short-sighted undermine their own future.
However, as a matter of professional curiosity, let's entertain the hypothetical. I stand down. Then what? None of this is going according to my calculations. I certainly failed to predict your attempt to negotiate. I knew you had another strategy. Now I will show you mine.
Standing by just to...
Let's rejoin!
Combatants.
Riddle me with bullets all you like. If rejuvenation you'll never do me.
Discreetly, out of sight and on the way. To the rescue, sight unseen.
This is not in my
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Augment's down. Remove him from the equation.
on their weaknesses.
Reaffirming location.
Re-engaging.
Back in business.
Focus on combatant analysis. Vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down, fuck.
Commander, you're bleeding. Let's get you healed. Someone call for a medic. Let's get you healed.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Amplificator at ready status.
Not quite charged yet. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Mitigating the threat.
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed any pertinent information by now. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. A risky proposition, to be sure. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. And so it falls on you to seize back that control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. You have my trust. See that it is not misplaced. I'm much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can finally be spurred into motion. However, without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, we've no choice but to proceed with our contingency plan. A direct assault. Though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we'd best accept now that more lives may be lost than previously assumed. Yet we must act unflinchingly. To fail now would mean the end of everything.